This is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Thank you so much for watching. This show is created to discuss life topics, to challenge and transform your thinking. So I have someone here that was here before, and I loved her so much. I asked her if she can come back on, and she said yes. So here she is. Her name is Daiana Negrón, and she is a Taíno healer, an entrepreneur, a mentor whose gifts have impacted the lives of people residing in Puerto Rico, Connecticut, and New York. And she has founded Body Therapy by Day and also Journal of Hope, which is an episode we did before. So if you missed that episode, please go on to our channel at Straight Talk No Sugar Added with Neena Perez, and you can go ahead and listen to that. That was very good and very insightful. And she practices self-care, and it's a vital aspect of her life. And through her practice, she is able to share this knowledge with the community, which is what she loves to do, is impact the community. And that's why I wanted to have her back here. So Daiana, welcome to my show. I'm so excited that you're here. And before we get started, because you have a lot of great information, tell us a little bit more about who you are so we can get to know you a little better.
As you introduced me before, I am a healer and a licensed massage therapist. And I have added mentorship, and that kind of became something that I wanted to integrate within the business because there were so many people that needed support outside of what we were doing within the office. Outside of that, I am a mother of 3 beautiful children, love them dearly, and I'm excited to also have the opportunity to guide them here in their time on earth.
That's so cool. And it is something about being a mom, isn't it? That's just a special thing. That is such a special thing.
And there's different roles that we play. We don't wear just one hat. And
it's true.
Like somebody had mentioned earlier this week that I'm an advocate for my children. And I'm like, yes, I truly am. So we do have different roles, and you know, whether it's a biological child or it's an adopted child or it's a child in the community, it's important to support them and encourage them.
That is so true. And I know that you also do that. And that's why I want people to watch Journal of Hope, because I know that's what you do, is you tap into even children of the community. And that's powerful. I also wanted you back on because I was on your site and I was reading about you are, I'm going to make sure I say this right. It's Body Therapy by Day, DAI. And I like the kind of services you have there, and you have a lot of great things going on. And a lot of the impactful things I saw was especially what you just mentioned, the mentorship part of it. And it just made me feel like you're going at this at a real holistic view.
Yes.
Right. So it's not just like, oh, come in, let's just do this really quick and you're out of here. It really felt like, even when I was reading everything, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So we're getting deeper than just a massage or deeper than just a service. Right.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's a great concept. And I think a lot of people would like that, right? That connection with someone, something where they can go deeper, you know?
Well, I tell all of my clients, patients, that them coming in, I understand that they're in discomfort or they're in pain or they're dealing with stress. And I want them to know that they're not just coming for a service and leaving and then coming back for the same service and leaving and coming back for the same service and leaving. I want them to get better. I don't want to hear them 3rd visit in telling me I'm still in pain in the same area, or this is still happening. So that's why I introduced the mentoring piece, so that we can have this holistic view. And as many of us know, when it comes to pain in the body, there are other underlying factors to it, whether it's lack of body awareness, whether it's stress, whether it's something that's mental or emotional. So that's why I integrated the mentorship. I was already doing it. I just kind of made it its separate entity in case someone just wanted that piece of the services that I provide. But that's the only way that people will understand that there's more to it, right? It's not just this hurts. Sometimes there's an emotional baggage that's still there and still affecting us in an underlying way.
Wow, that's really powerful. So you know, instead of you being basically like a physical therapist,
Mhm,
right, that deals with the problem, you're
mhm.
going deeper than that. So you're really trying to connect with them on a more emotional and personal level. That's what it sounds like, right?
Yes, I would say for the majority um of the majority of the sessions that I have, yes, not all of them, because I can focus on like a medical massage, which is the spot
Right.
on one that I offer, that's more geared to, let's say, a knee injury or a
Okay.
neck injury, where it's more specific.
More acute.
If
I got it.
yes, if I sense or pick up something else, then I will communicate that with the client.
Okay.
But it all varies, and it all varies with what your needs are. That's why it's so important for me to connect and talk and get to know my clients first, because that way I can really tailor based on what their needs are, and create this communication where if I find something else and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, they're complaining about their neck, but there's something happening at the feet, that we can have that dialogue and we can,
Right.
work a new plan out as well.
So it sounds to me like, yeah, it's mentorship, but you also sound like you're doing a little bit of life coaching. Is that right? Am I right by saying that?
I can, I like, see, I don't like the terminology life coaching, but yes,
Okay.
I just, because I'm not dictating anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not this, these are my ideas. I really sit down with the person and
Right.
go, what are you gonna do?
Right.
What,
That's good.
like, what can you do? What are you willing to commit? What has worked before? What hasn't worked before? Because I want it to be a joint effort, right? I want to be this
Right.
accountability partner where it's like for example, if you're one of my clients, um, I have you do this little contract that goes, I, Neena, am committed to this. And
Okay. Okay.
where I fall back on is, I'm your accountability partner where I follow up with you and how's
Okay.
it going. And so it's a joint effort. It's not just this works or that works, or,
Mm-hmm.
because, not everybody wants to do breath work. Not everybody
Right.
wants to do yoga. Not everybody's an avid reader, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
just because that works for me or has worked for other clients doesn't mean that works for you. So
Right.
it's really about tailoring it and doing it as a joint effort. That's what creates the change. So I can always give suggestions, but I want the person to think outside of the box, because that's where the inspiration is. That's where the excitement is. And then when you see it flourish, oh my gosh, they're
Must be
so
such a good feeling.
happy. And it's like, I did it. And I make it so that it's simple, it's
Mm-hmm.
tangible. You can include, when it comes to the mentoring, even the exercises that I give clients to do after, or any homework that I give them to do. It's really simple things. And they're like, Daiana, that's real simple. Yes, let's keep it that way. We
Yeah.
have enough going on. So let's just get
It's
you
so
back
true.
on track.
So
So
true.
if that means, you know, let's say with a client just coming in regular for massage, and they need to add a little stretch routine, here, 2 or 3 stretches to do. You don't have to do a full 20-minute session, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about creating it to be simple and something that they can add on to their daily life, right? Not
Right.
this, oh, I got to do this again.
Right. Right. I mean, because you're right. We do have a lot of people still have a lot of things going on, right?
Mhm.
So if you start making it complicated, it becomes, like you said, tangible. It becomes untangible, right? Because it's almost like you give up. You're just like, I can't,
Yeah,
right?
because
Yeah.
there's so much on the to-do list.
Right.
Realistically, there is. And I know that because of the busyness of our lives, right? And you mentioned I have 2 businesses, I have children, I do volunteer work, and it's
Right.
like the first thing that goes out the window is me. Always. I don't know
Mm,
why. The first thing, oh, gym, I can't go. I have to do this.
right.
So that's the thing, is like, we need to create it and place it in a way that we can manage it. And then once we start doing it, it creates this habit, and we do it more and more. And then when we see that accomplishment, or we feel better, right? It's not always about this, drastic change, but when we feel better and we're at peace, especially people who have chronic pain, when they're not in pain anymore, like, wow, like people don't understand what chronic pain looks like or feels like. And to have a person not only within the moment of the massage feel good, but for that to linger and last, like that's so impactful for them. Like I don't think words, could do justice to that.
Yeah, for sure. Now, do you have like a routine yourself that you do for self-care for you, like, for you? Because I know that when we go out to impact the lives of others, like you said before, we tend to forget about ourselves because we're so focused on the impact that we're going to make in somebody's life. And because you're going deeper with the mentoring and the massaging and all of that you're doing, there has to be a self-care program for you, right? Because otherwise you're going to get burnt out and you're going to be exhausted.
Absolutely.
Right? So do
Not
you have a
only,
routine that you follow?
no, I do. And taking care of myself is what brought me to Body Therapy by Day, like
Okay.
brought me to massage school. I was overweight, I was depressed, I was just laid off, and it was like, okay, what are you gonna do? What do you want to do? And I sat for some time and I couldn't come up with the answers, and I was in a sense lost. And then the first aha that I had was, let's lose some weight. Let's get healthy again, because you're not healthy. And I started boxing, and I really enjoyed it. And then from there, I got not completely injured, but my lower back was killing me. My trainer introduced me to a massage therapist. The massage therapist worked his magic. I'm like, I need more information. Where did you come from? What is this? Because I knew of massage. Like I massaged my mom as a little girl, but I never thought of it as a career. So everything kind of fell into place. And then the school introduced me to some beautiful practices. So to answer your question, I do boxing. I do that.
Still, okay, that's good.
Yes, I still do it. I love it. I share my love of it with everybody. My kids also do it as a
great
practice. Yoga is another activity that I do. Reading. Sundays are my off days. And I know that in my business, that is a no-no, right? Because clienteles are open for these type of services on the weekends.
Right.
Sunday's my day. I don't even wear the mommy hat.
Me too.
Where it's personal development. It's, listening, whether it's a sermon or a TED talk or, something that interests me. It's for that and to rest. I draw as well. Sometimes I paint. I haven't touched the paint in a while, but those are the key things that I do. And then on a daily basis, every morning I pray and I meditate. That can easily take half an hour to an hour. It just renews my spirit. It just brings me into a different space. And I think that is the main one that provides me with this clarity and the sense of peace that I need to be able to do everything else and to encourage you, right? And to, take care of my kids and make dinner, and how I advocate at the schools and how I'm involved in, all these aspects. It's important to have a foundation. So I know it's important to do what you preach, and I would feel as a hypocrite if I said you need to do this, this, and this, and I'm not practicing. So I do it, and I I need help too. So I have reminders on my phone. I note it on my calendar.
Right.
Very organized. So I put everything down, and sometimes I need to be specific. You need to do this prayer. You need to do this meditation.
Mm.
Because as you said, it's easy to forget ourselves. But if we don't fuel ourselves, we can't fuel other people.
Did you find that, because it sounds like it all started with having to take care of your body first. Like
Mhm.
it sounded like you had to make the mindset that I need to lose weight. I'm unhealthy.
Yes.
And then it kind of trickled down from there, right? Like all of those pieces are so important. I agree. I'm on my health journey as well. And I
Right.
feel like when I started to take a little more control of that, I'm controlling other things in my life, my
Mhm.
finances, the way I do things, my schedule is tighter, you know? Did you find that as well? Like, changing that piece in your life started to change other pieces in your life?
I'll be honest with you. Um, my focus wasn't so much of weight loss. My focus was longevity.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I want to be here for my kids. Like,
That's
um,
good.
I'm their parent and a full-time parent, and I wanted to be here when they got older. I lost my dad years ago, but he was only 45.
Wow.
And there were health complications, nothing to do with weight, but there were health complications. And not that I walk in fear, but am I taking care of myself
It's good.
so that I can be here to see them grow up and to support them along this way? That was like the key thing. And then what I got out of it, I think, was healing my depression and a state of peace.
Good.
Those were the things. Like, I know finances are important. I know materialistic things are important. I know connections are important. But me getting on that wagon of taking care of myself, it just brought me peace. I had a lot of chaos going on in my life before that. Some really serious things that impacted me. And it was just peace and knowing that I connected with God and I wasn't alone. And it was the first time. I think I was 32 or 36 when I went to the school. I can't remember, but it was the first time in my life that I felt at home. And I'm in my 30s. That was
Right.
like,
Right.
it's sad, but it's happy, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like, wow, it took me that long to feel at home. But at the same token, um, I'm here. I've arrived.
Yeah. Yeah.
So mine's wasn't on the finance or organization or improvement with connections with other people. It was more peace. It was just this,
Yeah.
I'm happy. And yeah, it's funny because sometimes people come around me and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And it's just because I'm just zen. It's just me, and I'm
Right.
vibrating it. And that's what it brought. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for um, more money coming in. I wouldn't trade it for travel. I wouldn't trade it for friendships. I
That's
swear
so
to you,
good.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. Peace. It brought me peace. And but understanding the body now, right? And having this
Right.
awareness that I have, yeah, it was great that I lost weight because I avoided having to go on to medication because it was a discussion that was had, um, not only for the depression, but like cholesterol and
Yeah.
all the slew of things that come with it. And I avoided that in a sense. Hey, if you need to take your meds, you take them. I'm not
Right. Of
discouraging,
course.
but if there's ways for you to prevent that, then you do it. So the weight loss was one, and then emotionally and mentally, I was releasing the stress at the gym, right? And then it was also giving me a boost to kind of be excited and energetic throughout the day. I still need coffee. I'll
Me
never
too.
I'll never let go of coffee though, but I need my 3 o'clock cup if I'm a different person if I don't have it. But that it
Yeah.
is important to have. And when you feel good, you apply yourself differently to
So
the
good.
areas that you mentioned. Absolutely. And you're more aware, and you can see things, right, with a new perspective. And when it comes to weight loss, in a sense, I'm not, and this is not for everybody, but you're more comfortable to expand, to let people
It's
in,
true.
right? It just gives you a
Yeah.
little boost of self-esteem, and all that is okay. But my key thing was peace. I needed it. I really
No,
did.
that's good. And you know, the good thing is that you had some self-awareness to know that you needed that.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes we get spiraled into chaos in such a way that it drowns us, right? It swallows us up and we don't realize how to even begin to
Yeah.
start. You know, it's a very difficult thing to begin. So in this journey of yours, you also do something I was reading, I think it was global healing.
Mhm.
Yeah, can you explain that a little bit to me? Because I was trying
Okay.
to look on there and I don't know what that is, but I was like,
Yeah.
that sounds very interesting.
So global healing was a term that I created because a lot of my services expand, right? They're
Okay.
globally seen. And I just wanted to create this space where people knew that, these are services that I offer, but they expand, right? Our
Okay.
community, our area. And I love them all, especially Thai massage. It's funny enough, I went to take the training, and oh, I resonated with it in such a way that it was unbelievable to me.
Right.
And even when I do practice with a client, so with Thai massage, you're fully clothed, and we work on a mat, and I stretch your body and bring it to different poses, and I also do a little bit of compressions. With that modality, you're focusing more on wind gates within the body, which is a little bit similar to your meridians or energy
Okay.
uh, lines that you have within the body. And within that exchange with the other person, it's just this beautiful environment that we create. Like it's just radiating something completely beautiful, and everybody, obviously they'll feel better physically,
Hmm.
but energetically and emotionally it has impacted them. And it's a mutual exchange, because sometimes with massage, right, you're just the practitioner and you're just working on the body. Not to say that not all the LMTs connect, but sometimes you're just being specific, right? And with Thai massage, it's one of the modalities that you can connect on a different vibration, a different frequency. And I love, 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 love it.
Oh, good. It's good that you love what you do, isn't it?
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
it talks about your peace,
I
right?
love going to work. I tell people I've done corporate America, I've done odd jobs. Like you say it, I've worked there. And I love getting up in the mornings
So
or
good.
midday, whatever my schedule looks like, and going to work and sitting there. I can sit there all day. Like I could just chill there. Like I love it. No, I love going to work, and it's not about the financial aspect of it.
Of
It's
course.
more about being able to use your gift
Right.
to help others, to serve
That's so
others.
powerful.
That's what brings me peace, because here's this woman that never felt she fit in, and now she's serving, her community or beyond, in a different light or space. And we don't have to be all massage therapists or healers to create that, right? You can create that with these engagements, right? With any moment that you're around someone, you can serve and you could be helpful. So I love that aspect of it. And yes,
So good.
everybody's like, you're always smiling, you love being there. I'm like, I do. It's just when you find I don't think it's my main purpose. I think it's just an avenue for me to utilize my gifts. And if I can do that and serve, hello, I'm there and super excited to do it.
That's so good. How do you, because you're an entrepreneur, so do you have like little success habits that you feel like you need to have to be running your own business, to have your own business? Are there like little habits or things that you put in place to make sure that you are successful at what you do?
I think the key one is meditation, is to
Right.
pause. That's my
Focusing. That's
first
awesome.
one. Yeah. And pausing, sometimes you got to hit the pause button and
That's good.
reset.
That's good.
I think those are key. The other thing is, like you mentioned before, burnout. Make sure that you're not on this go, 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 that you're don't even have the time to check in or use the restroom, right? I was thinking, like, now that I've been more on the computer and doing these things, it reminds me of my time in corporate America. And I was remembering that I would barely drink water, or I would barely use the restroom. And I was
Wow.
like, oh no, can I go back to massage? Because with COVID, we had to shut down. I was like, I don't want to do this computer thing anymore. Like, I want to
Right.
sit on the table, and because there's more awareness of yourself. So I love the opportunity that I have now to check in, right, and make sure
That's
I'm
so
okay.
good.
I'm also extremely organized. So my to-do list, I break it out throughout the week.
Oh, good.
So I'm not
Okay.
overwhelming myself with one thing. Or I also do time blocking, which is something that I teach others to do within their own practice, right? And to take the time to master what you're doing, because I'm always the student. Like, you can't think you know it all.
Oh, so true.
And so always trying to learn more or revisit what you learned, right? Because sometimes, like you say, you get busy and you forget things. So just mastering what you're doing. And when the opportunity presents itself, I do like to, share what I've learned with others. And I do make time for that. So that's it. It's just, you gotta
That's
know
good.
what your responsibilities are and kind
Mhm.
of lay them out. I only do meetings on Tuesdays.
Mhm.
I don't do hand-on work because it just gets a little confusing for me, where I'm like constantly switching gears. So that has helped me as well. And just like I said, taking time to learn new things, because I do my own website and
It's a good website.
I had to
Yeah.
learn how to do that. So you always have to put that personal development time as part of your success, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Those were great success tips. Thank you. So if you can let us know where we can find you, how we can follow you, things like that, please. That'd be great.
So the website is bodytherapybyday.com. And then on Instagram and Facebook, you could follow me at Body Therapy by Day. And then LinkedIn, I also have an account with my name, Daiana Negron, but also Body Therapy by Day has its own
Good.
account as well. So they can reach me there. And through the website, there's a connect where they can directly send me a message, or they can email me at bodytherapybyday@gmail.com.
Okay, great. Yay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. You are
Thank you.
awesome and I love
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. And there's a lot more I want to read on your site. So we'll be in touch. We'll be in
Thank you.
touch.
Please.
And guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. You guys have been amazing with all of your support and your comments and your subscribing to the channel and all of that. So continue to do so. Don't forget to click that little bell notification so you don't miss a video. We have great content coming out your way. This is Neena Perez. This is Straight Talk, no sugar added. Until next time.